This video is for those who would like to know more about Amazon brand advertising. Here we will talk to Lazar Zepinic, the Amazon advertising specialist, and he will cover Amazon sponsored brand ads, how they work, who has access to them, and he will give you some tips how to run them in the most efficient way. If you like videos like this, don't forget to subscribe below to the YouTube channel of Orange Klik. Click the notification bell as well, because here we talk to different Amazon specialists, Amazon service providers, software creators, and event organizers. So my guest today for talking about Amazon brand advertising is Lazar Zepinic. Hello, Lazar.
Hi, Augustas. How are you?
Good, thank you. And in this video, we'll also have Lisett as a guest. She is working with different Amazon stores, and she will help us to discuss Amazon brand advertising. So before we go into details, Lazar, can you give us a short introduction, what you do and how you help Amazon sellers?
Yeah, of course. My name is Lazar, and I'm the owner of Sellers Alley, Amazon PPC agency dedicated only to Amazon sellers and their advertising troubles. It's a team of 15 people working from the office. So if you have troubles with PPC, we offer completely free audits of your account.
Perfect. And first, let's talk about brand advertising. So I know you prepared some slides, right? So I think you can just jump into them.
Yeah, of course. When it comes to sponsor brand ads, that's something that was used to known as headline search ads, and it was available only in AMS. Now is known as advertising.amazon.com, so Amazon advertising. So Amazon is evolving over time, and they're offering more and more options. And today, AMS is, as I said, known as Amazon advertising, and headline search ads are sponsor brands, and they're available not only in Amazon advertising platform, but in Seller Central as well. So everybody that is the brand owner, has the brand registry, is able to use sponsor brand ads, which obviously the name says on its own. So why it's so important to use headline search ads or sponsor brand ads? It's super important to have them because they're literally the first thing that Amazon customer sees when they do a search on Amazon, basically. So as I previously mentioned, and one of the things that is important about headline search ads, everybody says that headline search ads might not work that good. They're not having really good ACOS, but people need to have in mind that headline search ads or sponsor brand ads are super important when it comes to brand awareness. And when somebody searches for something on or doing any kind of research on Amazon, it's the first line and first thing that people see. So they click on the ad, they see the product, they get to know with your brand, get to know with the product, and after that they can use different search term when they perform the purchase, and you can see that purchase to be organic purchase or maybe through some different campaign type. But headline search ad or sponsor brand ad is part of it buying process. So since I mentioned that it evolved, one of the interesting thing is at the beginning you were able to advertise only store or some certain specific page on the store, and you were able to pick free products that you have or just a bit more of the products and advertise them on some custom created page for your customer. Now that changed, and in headline search ads you're able to use video, you're able to use store spotlight, and you're also able to use product collection. You're able to pick up to 100 products to advertise there, and at this point when you're out of stock for some of them, you're still going to be able to have your campaign running. That's something that you weren't able to do previously, because when you were out of stock for one of the products, your campaign would be automatically paused. So now headline search ads or sponsored brand ads are running all the time. So make sure that you have all the products in stock. And in case you're out of stock for some of the products, be sure that to check your campaigns to see their performance if some of the products are missing in the campaign. So as I mentioned, now campaigns can run with 1, 2, or even without any ASINs. That would mean that your campaign would display only headline and only the logo, and that's it. No active products in it. It might be a good way to advertise your brand, but definitely you want to take the most value out of this campaign and have some products there advertised. One of the newest things that is going on with this kind of campaigns is that you're able to edit creative. I know a lot of people are always pissed because when it comes to sponsored brand campaigns, they're not able to edit them. At this point, you're able to change creative for your ads. And there is a whole bunch of new things that are changing. One of them is, I know for us at the beginning, we used to do a lot of A/B tests about logo. Instead of logo, we used to use product image or even lifestyle image. Now you're able to use only brand logo. And that's was the important thing. So in case you try to use product image, there is high chance that your ad is going to be rejected. So have your logo prepared. So the other thing that is super interesting is that titles, headlines inside of headline search ads or sponsor brand ads are translated in markets that have more than one language to be used. For example, if in this case, as you can see, if your ad is in English, it can be automatically translated to Spanish for US markets. That's something that sounds pretty cool and it sounds pretty good, but have in mind that it's machine translation. So the translation is done through literally something like Google Translation, Google Translate. So I strongly recommend using other ways of translating headlines rather than that. Other thing that is super important about sponsored brand ads is that now, apart from keyword targeting, you're allowed to use product targeting. So feel free to pick your competitors, maybe the ones that you don't have enough money to outbid when it comes to main keywords that you want to show up for, and use product targeting to show your ads on there. So one of the other things that is super cool is images, custom images in sponsor brands. That's something that you can see here in presentation. It used to be available only for mobile. Now it expanded to desktop. So be sure that you're inside of custom image policies and you have the right images that can show on both mobile and on desktop. The other thing that is super important about sponsor brand is that you can see the change in layout over time. This is something that is really new. So instead of previous look of ads, now you can see square ads. That is important because previously when you were able to use product image instead of logo, people would use that instead of logo, just because if your brand wasn't well recognized, nobody would click on your logo. And now, as you can see the change, you're able to see the logo of your brand plus the first product. So when somebody searches for a certain product, they're going to be able to see both your brand logo and your product. So this helps people to find the product and also to learn about your brand. And that's something that is really important. As I mentioned, there are different stuff that you can use. So one of the new things that is going on is Store Spotlight, and it's a mobile only thing. It's in beta version, so not everybody is having it at the moment, just like video beta stuff. So just wait a bit and you're going to be able to see some store spotlights. As the presentation says, you need to have 4 or more pages with 1 or more unique products to be able to get store spotlight. And basically, that's it, guys.
Awesome. I think it's a lot of valuable information, and probably the people who are watching the video have to go back and pause sometimes and go through everything. But I think I have a first question about you showed us that basically there are 3 types available right now. So if a beginner who has never done any sponsored brand ad before, which of the types he should do it right away or as a first thing?
It really depends. What I would strongly suggest is to try with the old school version of ads by picking 3 products and using your logo, and from there to expand to other stuff. Because from our experience, when you use keywords and you use ASIN targeting methods and you use your products or your storefront as the landing page, you're getting the most conversions. Other versions are still new. They're not displayed to everybody, so not everybody is going to be able to see storefront spotlight, because that's the mobile only thing. And when it comes to videos, they're also pretty new, and you have just a bit less options to optimize those campaigns.
Okay, so probably product collection would be the first to start with. Okay, so let's say I want to create a product collection brand ad today. You said I can add up to 100 different ASINs to this one ad. What are the options? How can I put together like different ads? Should I do like one ad for one product and for different variations, or should I combine different similar products? Like what do you usually use for your clients?
That's a really good question, and that's something that leaves a lot of place for creativity to people that are doing ads. So you're what you can play around with is the headline in that ad. So you can maybe try to approach people with different title there, or if you're using different color variations, sometimes that we often see as a really good strategy is to rethink which product is going to show up first, because some colors are more clickable and they have better click-through rate than the others. And also when it comes to products, some of the products are more interesting than the others, so try to use them as a first option to click on.
Okay, awesome. And you said like Amazon is rolling out a lot of updates and new things for sellers. Some of the sellers have recently noticed a new tab, not only in the sponsored brand ads, but also in other types. There is a tab called History. Can you tell us more about that?
Yeah, history is really, really good thing that was missing on Amazon. When it comes to history, you're able to see all of the changes that happen. What we usually recommend sellers to do is to do a backup of their PPC accounts, so their campaign manager. So to bulk download everything and keep on your computer on our cloud, even better. And when it comes to history, you can see what change resulted in change in performance. So if you did something in a negative way, you can double check what you did, what was the change, and reverse it back. At the beginning, and for some of the users, history doesn't show bulk changes. So when you go to history, you are not able to see changes that happen through bulk files. But now, for the most of the sellers, bulk files is an option to see in history. Okay,
cool. So yeah, I think I just have one question more. That like, what's your take on these sponsored brand ads? If a seller is running the regular sponsored product ads, should they start using sponsored brand ads right away?
Absolutely. They're a really good combination together. And if you use both sponsored product and sponsored brand ads, you're going to be able to cover as much advertising space as possible.
Okay, cool. I think it's really intense topic, but I think you gave a lot of good insight from what we have had changed during the past months and half year.
And if people have more questions, how can they get in touch with you, Lazar?
They can write at office@sellersalley.com or reach out on our website sellersalley.com or find us on Facebook or LinkedIn. And
Thank
of
you.
course, contact Augustas.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Good luck in your business. Bye bye.
Thank you so much. Bye.
I hope you enjoyed this short presentation by Lazar. If you want to contact him, find the links below this video, and also don't forget to subscribe to YouTube channel of Orange Klik. Click the notification bell, because here we talk to whom do we talk here? To Amazon specialists, Amazon service providers, event organizers, and software creators. See you in the next video. Bye bye.